Welcome to a brand new podcast. Once again, this is the Oracle 19, and my name is Greatness. If you want to put your brand on this podcast or promote your business, you can email us at evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Once again, that's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. If you want to put your brand or business on this platform, just email us. And it's the same email if you want to make a free war offering. Once again, that's evolutionoflondon@gmail.com. Free war offering through our PayPal account. And music by Cheap Limousine. Cheap Limousine channel. It's on YouTube. A whole wide range of different beats. And once you go to his YouTube channel, you can subscribe and like to his channel. And you will see other of his major platforms on different other websites and social media. So, Cheap Limousine channel on YouTube. And continue on YouTube. Check out Greatness 19 channel. It's an educational channel with a whole wide range of educational programs to open up your third eye. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to the Greatness 19 channel. And continue on the train of YouTube, Mr. Evolution of London. It's a health and wellness channel. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to that as well. Very good detailed stuff on that channel. And there's other links to other platforms. You can check out www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. Different links to other sites that you can click on and definitely support that. So www.linktree.com/Evolution of London. And also check out the Patreon channel, which is www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. There's videos that is not going to be posted on YouTube because it's a little bit spicy, dicey. So check that out as well. So let me backtrack. www.patreon.com/Evolution of London. There you will see not only the videos that won't be posted on YouTube, you will see digital products and consulting services that you can definitely check that out as well. www.evolutionoflondon.com is our baby shopping mall. We have a whole wide range of products, so open up not only, I would say, your third eye in amazement, but also just check that out because, again, a whole wide range of products from clothing, men's, ladies, kids' clothing. You have artwork, digital artwork, as well as physical paintings, and then house products, jewelry, accessories, etc., etc. So www.evolutionoflondon.com. And again, the second website will be up soon. We will keep you posted on that. www.evolutionoflondon.org. Once again, www.evolutionoflondon.org. So definitely look out for that as well to be upgraded. Check out www.royalty9international.com. The company have luxury candles from scented as well as unscented candles. The scented candles is from frankincense, jasmine, peppermint, and eucalyptus and rose. So you definitely will like that. So place your order to www.royalty9international.com for your luxury candles. Natural soy candles, 12 ounces, all natural, very good quality. over 30 hours of burn time. So check out www.royalty9international.com. Mr. Will, he's a fitness consultant for over 15 years. If you want to book a consultation, email him at williesfitness99@gmail.com. Again, that's Willies, WILLYZ, fitness99@gmail.com. And also check out his merchandise, www.wjaaccessories.com. Once again, that's www.wjaaccessories.com. From custom clothing, accessories, and digital products. So again, check it out. You can't go wrong. The Oracle 19 is on all major platforms. That's Anchor.fm, Google, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, just to name a few. So definitely like, subscribe, and share to Oracle 19 podcast, which you can subscribe through Spotify. And also the Greatness 19 channel on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share, as well as Mr. Evolution of London. So definitely show love and subscribe to those three major platforms. And pass the word around. Again, is much appreciative. So, puff, puff, and pass. So, anything I haven't mentioned, you can check the description box of all those three major platforms. Again, repeating that, the Oracle 19 podcast, Greatness 19 channel, as well as Mr. Evolution of London. So you'll find the information in the description boxes of all those three major platforms, whatever I haven't mentioned now. Today, again, as usual, I'm always going to give my perspective on the topic at hand. Might be a little controversial, as always, but I have to spread it out. And today we're going to talk about the double standards of female sexual offenders. Yes, the double standards of female sexual offenders, or sex offenders, I should say. Why am I mentioning this? Well, for so many years, which is unfortunate, women commit a lot of heinous crimes. And again, men commit crimes too, so that's definitely not condoned. We don't condone that. But a lot of times these women that is committed sex offenders commit crimes, and they don't get the same type of treatment as the men offenders, which is unfair. You find it more and more. I'll be checking out through social media a lot and checking out different newspapers and online. And let's start with this. I also going to give my perspective of what a sex offender should be, or should be labeled as well as what it is within the legal system. So just walk with me as I give my perspective. Now, I find a lot in this day and time is a double standard. We all should know that. Women and men committing the same crime, much different. Not only my perspective, but you'll find that in case law. You could just Google case laws in the U.S. or case laws throughout North America, whether U.S. or Canada, and you'll find how the different sides of how women sex offenders is treated differently from men sex offenders. Now, I find a lot, which I tell especially you moms, you have to be careful of your children with these teachers, female teachers. Now, all the time we think that is, the male teachers, and okay, I get it. But a lot of these female teachers is committing these sexual acts You find it a lot in the high schools and junior high schools. You find it at these daycares. And a lot of women justify that. I mean, even this year, there's countless cases all throughout the U.S., even in Canada, where female teachers is having sex with teenage boys. And there's been a case I believe in Texas where a female had sex with a teenager and she didn't get no jail time. She got 9-year probation? Y'all guys can look that up for me. There's a female teacher, blonde-haired, blue-eyed teacher from Texas, if I'm not mistaken, committed an act. I think it was a couple years back. I'm not sure, but I remember it vaguely. But y'all guys can check that out. But that's not the only case, though. I just use that as an example. You find that in a lot of the cities, these thirsty teachers is having sex with these teenage boys. Now, people justify it and say, well, they maybe big up the teenage boy, and psychologically that could affect the male child. These teachers, they're doing a lot. They're doing a lot, and it's justified for them. When the man does it, which is completely wrong, a male teacher doing that to a girl, of course he should get the justice. Let me backtrack. He should definitely be reprimanded and served in jail, whatever the courts deem fit. But I find when these female teachers and babysitters do it to these boys, they just get a lot of times a slap on the wrist. So you mothers and fathers, pay attention to your children. And just because she's your male child is at a daycare dealing with these females or at school, talk to your children. Don't just justify it, because you have a lot of female sex offenders. Now, I'm going to go off to the left for a minute and give my perspective of what can be construed as a female sex offender. Now, again, I'm giving you my perspective. I'm going off to the left now. The left meaning just giving my opinion of what can be, I think, in my opinion, construed as a female sex offender. Different levels of a female sex offender. My opinion on this one. Now, a mother, she is the caregiver of her children for the most part. Usually in society, whether she is by herself or would have a husband, she's the one as the nurturer for the children. Excuse me. So she's the prime, especially if a lot of single moms. Walk with me. I'm going to say this nice and slow. I find that a lot of single moms with children in my opinion, commit sexual offenses. What do I mean by this? A lot of these single moms have different men coming into their home. Yes, I'm going there. I'm going there. A lot of these single moms are reckless with who they allow in their house. And then when something goes wrong, where let's say that male that came in to the house and did some ungodly things to their sons and daughters, their young sons and daughters, these same women want to just put all the blame on that man that they brought into their home. Well, guess what? You the parent, I think you should be charged as well. You endangering your children. Not only child services should be involved, but I think you should be charged as a sex offender. Yes, I said it. Why? Because you allow, not only that man should be charged, but you should be charged equally. Because you not only endangering the welfare of the child, but you allow that act to happen. So I think you should also get that charge of being a sex offender. Now, some people will say, wow, greatness, that's deep. That's a little harsh, because that mother didn't do anything. It was that man that she brought in. Okay, I get it. But again, a lot of these single moms is very reckless. Bringing different men on a Monday, Dave on the Monday, Ralph on the Tuesday, Alex Thursday, Raheem on a Friday, and James and David both on Saturday and Sunday. And then when one of those men who they really don't know does an ungodly thing to their sons and daughters, you want to put all the onus on that man. And that man should be charged, rightfully so. But guess what? You should be charged as well. You part of the crime. You started the crime. You allowed somebody, because you don't analyze. And more females, they do that. They're very reckless. They bring in all different types of men at night. And while the man is in one room, or while they're in one room, their children is in another room, and the walls is paper thin, and their sons and daughters hear everything. Some of these women are so reckless, and we know this is fact. They have sex with that strange man while their children is in the same room. That is fact. We know that's true. That happens. Don't say it don't happen. And when things happen, the woman just want to put the blame all on the man. Well, I think you should be charged as a sex offender. Children taken away. Most of these women is reckless with their behavior. Sexual offenders. What say you? Here's another thing. This is another different degree I call of a sex offender. When in modern day times, you got women walking around in the house. You have a child that is, let's say, I would say 10 years old. But I know personally cases that is the kids is younger than this. Listen to what I'm saying. Women walk in the house buck naked in front of their kids, in front of their boys, girls. No morals, no decency, in my opinion. When the kids is, you, at a certain point, you're supposed to, as a mother, cover up. Be an example for your daughter. Be an example for your son. Why your son have to see you, and you 8, 9, 10, walking around in the house butt naked from head to toe, floppy breastises hanging down to the floor, and seeing your pubic hairs? And you're not coming from the bathroom, you're just getting up in the morning, you're fixing breakfast naked. Now, stories that people have told me, stories that I know, I mean, it is what it is. And then when these children grow up, you're already putting a certain impression in their head. And then so when these kids grow up, you're already putting this possibly sexual behavior in their minds. Just walking around naked. And then when the children, unfortunately, which you have a lot of cases, do sexual acts among other children, you wondering why? Because it started from you by putting that impression, walking around bucket nakeds throughout the house. And some of these women, they walk around butt naked while they have teenagers floating around. I think they should be charged as sex offenders. Especially when these kids grow up and then they start preying on other children. Why? Because they seen this behavior. And let me double down. A lot of times these women, single moms, do these ungodly things, walking around naked, and they playing music in the house and they dancing all sexual, naked, while the children see this. What type of impression you putting in the kid's mind? And you call that culture? You call that righteous? I call it sick. And you should be charged as a sex offender. Especially when you wonder why your sons and daughters become overly sexually hyper and doing ungodly things when they 12. No, 10. How about 7? They start at 4. They think at 3. You stupid idiot. I think these women should be charged as sex offenders. Personally. These weirdos out here, but they consider as great parents, while these men, the men of the planet Earth, is considered scum. These is your scum here. These women are your scum here. And there's plenty of scum out here. Mentally ill scumbags out here that get a pass because they women. And they got a little box that smells anyway. This is what it is in this sick world we in North America. Sex offenders, the double standards. And you got a lot of female sex offenders. And I'm repeating it. Yes, I said it. On site. See, there's a lot of double standards here, because if you had a man, single parent, a male, picture a single male, a male parent, his children, male or female, walking around, bucker nakeds, throughout the house while these children is 7, 8, 9, 10, and definitely teenagers. You know what will happen if they hear this? If society hear this, this guy will be buried under the ground. His name be put out on CNN every day. He'd be the worst in history. But a lot of women get away with that. And I'm gonna even double down more. This might be a little bit more triggering. And I have to breathe on this one, but I'm gonna say it. Oh well. F it. My question I have from me to you, y'all guys throughout the world. Suppose you have two women. Let's say they homosexuals. And they have a child. Let's say child just is from a previous relationship with one of the women. I'm just giving you a scenario. And two homosexual women is having sex in front of not only in front of a male or female child, but let's say the male-female child hears it. Is that natural? Should those women be labeled as sex offenders? This is just my opinion. This is not even an opinion. This is a question I have. I have a question about that. Should they be labeled as sex offenders? In theory. Is that natural? Is that what? Now, hear me out. If people, they can have sex with whoever they want. Okay? Listen carefully. They can have sex with whoever they want. But if you have children in the house, the natural order of life isn't a man and a woman that not even should be. Your children shouldn't even hear you having sex, but just the natural order, male and female. But if you're having two women having sex and the child is hearing it, should they be labeled as sex offenders? Just a question, okay? Just a question. So don't get all hyper and saying, you discriminating against homosexuals. No. And I repeat, you can do whatever you want. It have nothing to do with me. But this is just a question again. If two women in the house is having sex and the child is hearing this, is this unnatural? Should they be labeled as sex offenders? I know people are going to be triggered by that, but I'm just saying. That could be the reversal with two men, okay? All right, so there you go. I'm being even Steven. I know a lot of people is going to get upset and triggered with what I'm saying. Just giving my perspective. That's all. But a lot of these women is very reckless. And it's getting worse. They're very reckless the way they carry themselves as women. Especially they having children that reside with them. And they let strange men and women watch their babies. And they don't even analyze them. And then when something happened, a lot of times, I didn't know. And society pampers them because they females. A lot of times women get away with a heck of a lot. how they put their children in danger, in sexual danger. And then you also have, especially you have women that have a lot of baby daddies. I'm a firm believer in genetics. Baby daddy number one could be a predator that you laid up with because he had nice eyes. Baby daddy number two is a thug, a drug dealer, and crackhead. And baby daddy number three could be an average Joe, just a hard-working Joe. Now, the product of baby daddy number one, child, could have that sexual tendencies from the dad. Baby daddy number two is just there, and baby daddy number three, child, is just there as well. But that baby daddy number one, child, could be the bad apple that's spoiling the bunch. Walk with me, guys. I know you maybe didn't catch that. I know you maybe didn't catch that. Between baby daddy number 1, 2, and 3. But in the short form, a lot of the characters of the parents trickles down to the children. So if you have, let's say, a predator type baby daddy, the child could be that of a product. And a lot of women, what they would do is they don't want to return that child to their father or have that child be with the family. They want to hold on. They want to hold on. And then when something happens in the household where you have that bad seed, reckless and destroying your home with doing ungodly things to the other siblings, you just turn your back as the mother, and you question where did that come from? And a lot of times these mothers know these bad seeds need to be returned to their sender, but they just want to hold on because it's a power thing. Well, guess what? You want to maintain power? You should be charged as a sex offender, because you're allowing your children or child, and which you are responsible to do ungodly things, and you don't want to do anything about that. You just want to justify it. See, sometimes, and this is a little bit off of the topic, but I'm going to bring it back home. Mothers have demon seeds, sex offenders in training, but they want to hold on to these demon seeds / sex offenders in training because it's their child. Send it back to your sender, but no, you want to hold on to him or her. So guess what? Being that you want to hold on to that demon seed, you should be charged as a sex offender. Because you want to take on that responsibility. You are the caregiver. You the parent. You the responsible one. You want to hold on to that demon seed, then you should be charged as such. See, but the government and society coddles women and protects them And a lot of these women are no good, nasty bastards, destroying not only their community, but their state, their government, and their world. And they're being protected because they ladies. But they nothing but two-bit sex offender alleged whores. Yes, I said it. Two-bit alleged sex offender whores. But again, they protected by the legal system, locally as well as federal. But let that been a man in the same positions. He's buried underneath the jail. He won't see a job for the rest of his days. In conclusion, this is why you men out here, the double standards of female sex offenders, you have to really, it's not like decades ago where you could just run around and just have sex with random women and it's just part of a male passage. I say be very selective, young men, because there's a lot of low-key female predators out here. You might be dating one. You might be married to one. You might have a child from her, by her, or with her. A lot of these women are sick in the head. And you have to be very, very careful, men. This is a fast track out here. And there's a lot of predators out here. And guess what? They destroy everything in their path. Include not only they destroy their legacy, your legacy, and your third generation legacy if you allow it. And if you have children, you better check out that teacher, that daycare, to the best of your ability. Because there's a lot of weirdo females out here. And they will destroy you if they can. Use your third eye, guys. Thank you for listening.